And welcome back to Drakir Gaming. Today we're going to be doing the Diglett Cave and take care of these guys on the east over here, and we'll finally head up to the rock tunnel. Those of you guys who are doing a short video, there's not going to be anything important happening, so you will likely just get the entrance into Diglett Cave, and then everything will be sped up from there. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, not gonna fight. We only care about people who want to fight. Because that's the objective of the game, is to level up as much as possible. Flamethrower is Dragonzord's most powerful attack. I want to save that for when we get anything that's going to be a challenge. Of course, it's not much more that could be challenging at this point. So really, we're just trying to waste it last, as they say. I know we probably should be using the bike here, but there's just so many turns in this place, it would be impractical, so I just bump into the walls. Not to mention, since we have running, it's a little bit between the walking speed and the bike speed, it's just easier to control. And I much prefer it because of that. Does this guy fight? No. He looks like one of the guys that normally would, though. Okay, we don't need to go to that tree. We will go over here. That's in this place. That kid wants to trade, but this guy is just going to give us some info. 10. Sorry, dude. Probably wouldn't use flash anyway. Okay, that's the end of that. Wait, what's that kid want to do? Yeah. He just wants to tell us that Flash is worth getting. I really don't think so. The only Flash worth having on your team is Barry Allen. What's up here? Nothing. So, sorry for you guys, that was pretty uneventful. got a paralyze heal, and did I get anything else? It appears not. It's too bad you can't decrease the chances of running into Pokemon by using the bike, otherwise I would use it. Because experience is experience, but you get like a quarter of the experience you would from a wild Pokemon as you would from a trainer Pokemon. Ooh, a Dugtrio. And he's pretty high level, so let's use Flamethrower on this dude. Haha, even 3 Digletts in a row are no match for Dragonzord. Pretty good experience from them, but doesn't make much headway with how much experience we have in total already. I really just feel sorry for Diglett and Dugtrio, because at this point, the only thing they can do that could affect me would be a slash or scratch, if they had any of those anyway. But I think they have Dig and Mud Slap and Mud Shot, and those cannot affect Dragonzord at all, because as a Charizard, he's part Flying type. Those zero counter type of matchups. It's one thing that's always bugged me about Pokemon. I mean, if you were going to make something completely useless, you know, it really is just playing hardball and taking away the fun that you could have as a trainer otherwise. Because you miss out on certain combinations working in certain ways by making something effective of zero. Let's see. I think I want to go scrolling downward. You've never won before, then why do you want to fight me? They changed these guys from gamblers to gamers. I guess they're triggered easily here in America. Bunch of snowflakes. Gambling is such a horrid thing. I mean, it's a waste of money. Some people like to misconstrue it as backdoor stealing. And I guess if you look at it that way, it's cheating somebody out of their money. Really, the bad thing about gambling at all, if there is anything bad at all, I could move this if I had strength, or crush it if I had rock smash. I forget which one you have for certain boulders. Anyway, the real unmoral thing about gambling is that it forces one to believe in such a thing as luck, when really there isn't. If blind chance were a thing, then the atheists would be right, and they're not. Cut will have to be for you. Going attack and Metal Claw are not going to affect you very much, and I don't want to waste a move. And of course, nothing I do is going to be useful against you, except for the thing that I don't want to use, because you're such a low level, it would be a waste to use Flamethrower. Your first loss. It seems you would have more with that low level of Pokemon in your disposal. Oh, I was hoping to fight the guy up there, but whatever. Watch out for live wires. Yeah, I know all about live wires. I'm a utility guy. I don't work on the utilities like this dude does. I'm a locator. For not very effective, it sure took him down a lot. You're just beasting through everything at this point. It's nice to actually have an opponent that I can't one-shot. I hate these. And there's no such thing as a confuse heal. I do believe there's an item in this particular version that you can put on your Pokemon to hold, and it will never get confused in the first place. I don't know what it's called. I think that is a thing. Now you are not only... Well, really you're not high. You're just this. You're just the final form. You're not high at all. I think I'll use this though anyway. Don't hit yourself, don't hit yourself. Yay! Alright. Spark plug. I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult. Seriously? Why's everybody got plants? I mean, I suppose, technically speaking, there's bound to be at least some of them with plants, but... He's got 2 plants. Come on, dude. Defend, another one of those that you can only use while you're fighting. Don't find those very useful myself. Win, lose, or draw. Yeah, that's about all you can have. Although in Pokemon, I don't think they allow the option for draw. Someone who's nerdy enough to care about that, check that out, will you? Excuse me. Thankfully, I'm not really sick. It is pollen season out here in Georgia. Although it seems it is always pollen season in Georgia. Everybody enjoying their second bout of winter? Tell you what, we were done with it for about a week and then it came back hard and fast. And just like that, come day after tomorrow, they say it's supposed to be going again. You just interrupted my music humming. I think I'm gonna get you for that, punk kid. You got a little sand shrew. See how you like that. This weekend is St. Paddy's Day. A lot of people don't know the actual person behind the St. Patrick's Day, or the one behind St. Valentine's Day either. They've all just heard that it's commercialism to get us drunk or to get us to buy love notes. Completely untrue. That may be what it has become, but it didn't start that way. Valentine was a man during the early Christian era who defied a Roman... Was it an emperor or a governor that made this law? I believe it was an emperor. He defied a Roman emperor and continued to marry people, even though the emperor wanted single people for the sole purpose of making them all into soldiers. So basically, he was waging the first war on family in history. At least recorded history. Somebody else could have done it on a small scale and it just didn't get recorded earlier. But that was the gist of that. Valentine was arrested for marrying people. What did I do? Oh, that's the help screen. How do I get back? Okay. I was trying to press the run button. Alright, which of these guys do we not get yet? We got him, you didn't. There we go. And so St. Patrick's Day is a guy who, according to folklore, and this might be true, it might not, rid all of Ireland of its snake infestation. What I do know that is true is that, first off, his real name wasn't even Patrick, not for a long time, and he wasn't even born in Ireland. I believe he was born in England. He moved to Ireland after becoming a Christian. His faith was such that it shook and surprised those who met him and stirred them on to greater faith. And so one day he did actually move to Ireland, and I think he lived out most of his life there after becoming a Christian. Somebody who's a much better historian can correct me if I'm wrong. But that is the account that I know of. Now, I'm not an Irishman myself. But I'm also not a Scotsman. So, I neither have great love nor hate for this holiday. I mostly think it's just crude and crass on the part of people, not the holiday itself, on the part of people to make it into a drinking holiday. Same thing with Cinco de Mayo. Seems the drunk people just want to make up holidays so they can get drunk and not feel bad about it. Seems that I'm wrong. They don't get a quarter as much experience. They get a quarter less experience if they are a wild Pokemon as opposed to a trainer. Algorithms. They do bug me. Do I have all the items that were in this area? I can't believe there's only 2 items in this area. That's a little bit weird and wasteful. Oh, look, a Spearow. Bye-bye. We won't need to heal up before we get to the rock tunnel, but we will heal up once we are there at that Pokemon Center. So that's just the aid that tells us about the other aid. Is it just me, or is that tunnel longer in this version than it was in the the original red. Seems like a lot of things are scaled up from the original red. In size, at least. Tell you one thing that could have been scaled up a little bit better is the size of Charizard. He's 5'7". I want a dragon so I can ride into battle with it, not let it sit on the couch eating all my corn chips. That is that's a joke from the death battle. Credit where it is due. He's got 4 Pokemon and they're all plants. I suppose if they were going to make Charizard a dragon type from the start, they could have did it by making those head protrusions into actual horns, and at the tips of his wings, instead of just, you know, jutting bone structures, they could have given him wing claws, like Aerodactyl. And then he kind of would have been a wyvern, I guess. Is it the Occidental dragon, which is the European dragon? That has arms and non-clawed wings. Sometimes they'll have spiked wings. The Oriental dragon can either have wings or it won't. Either way, it'll fly. That's the Asian dragon. And the wyvern is almost specifically for the British Isles. It will not have arms. Some dragons, instead of arms, will have, 4 legs, but most of them have arms. The wyvern has no arms. Instead, it has the winged claws, or the clawed wings, however you want to say it. And in that way, it is akin to a pterosaur. Something also akin to the pterosaur is the Native American thunderbird. An elder said he saw one flying across the sky, bringing a thunderstorm with it. It had a bony protrusion, much like you see on the onyx here, at the back of its head. And it was not feathered, but had a skin like wings. In other words, the wings were just skin. A lot of Indian prayer sticks have the double-sided head, and it just has notches on one side for a mouth and eyes. So, really, Mr. Henry Ford, your Thunderbird should have been a pterosaur, not an eagle. Metal Claw do against a Beedrill? Hope he doesn't have the poison point, or poison pin, or whatever that thing is that poisons you just because you touch it. Apparently he didn't. This one could, and bugs are weak against fire anyway. I hope I don't use up all my flamethrower. I've got ether. I'm hoping to save that for the rock tunnel. Yes, a much waste of my time. You didn't even provide that much experience. Hopefully this guy up here will be a little bit better. A good-looking Pokemon. I really don't have a... What is going on here? Sorry about that, folks. Apparently Cortana turned itself on. The things that happen when you are trying to record. Hey, a Charmander, which should already be a Charmeleon. There's a taste of what you're gonna learn. Oh, like a light, yes. Okay, where do we go from here? Not up there, apparently. As I said, it's been a long time since I played this particular version. Is there somebody to fight down here? Yes. Get that item too while we're here. Hopefully another ether. I would love to have another ether. Critical hit, I didn't even need that because it's super effective anyway. Which I also did not need because I'm such a high level. Onyx! Still one shot. Wow, we are getting high up there in the levels. Everything is getting progress. We already have a triple digit on special attack, about to get it on regular attack. Looks like we will not be able to get it for special defense, and if we do, it'll take a really long time. That is just the lowest thing that he has. I find the number system for Pokemon level ups and status ups to be a bit of a trifle. It's quite confusing. Because when you try to look it up on the Pokedex.com or whatever that thing is, it'll have base stats, and that makes you wonder, is that what this thing has at level 2, or once it gets to the level where it becomes this particular phase? And then it also has maximum potential. Is that anything different than the base? Or is that the maximum number because of the base? Is there some kind of algorithm? You're not going to give me a hint, are you? Well, thanks for nothing. Yes, your bugs. Such a strange tragedy that they fell to a fire-breathing dragon. I know these guys are forced to fight me because the AI is automatic. I just wish they had better Pokemon. Rattatas and Raticates are aggravating little finks. With that Hyper Fang. If I were not nearly, or even over, if I were not over double the level of a Rattata or Raticate, and it used a Hyper Fang on me, it would be really,
really close to being half my HP because it's just such a powerful, for being normal, a powerful move. Not a lot of normal type attacks with that are strong, period. Now, here's this. You are a dragon and you're afraid of a snake. He's even a rattlesnake. It's not even a cobra. I wonder how an armadillo, because it's basically what Sandshrew is. They call it a mouse, but it's an armadillo. I wonder how an armadillo gets poison sting, especially since it's a ground type. Another one of those move sets that just does not add up. That does not logic. Not going to be any point to going in that grass right there. Did I fight this guy already? Yes. Didn't fight this guy. See, I go through so many of these guys, and I one-shot almost all of them, so I forget which ones I do if I run into them again. Getting low on my attack numbers. Would have thought the power points would be enough to sustain me. Glad I have that ether for when we go into the rock tunnel, because there's going to be a bunch of Pokemon. I've heard that you have a better chance of running into a Pokemon in the rock tunnel, according to their algorithms, than you do at the Diglett Cave and the Mount Moon, which is not good for your power points. Back to St. Patty's Day. It's always about people getting drunk these days. Nobody likes to celebrate the life of the man who was a great example of his faith and was just a great stirrer of the Christian cause in Ireland back in the day. But everybody's ragging on. This year we have Vice President Mike Pence coming to Savannah. Savannah is the most St. Patrick's Day city in the nation, and it is the drunkest St. Patrick's Day city in the nation. And everybody's mad at Mike Pence coming here, because the security detail is going to have people prevented from bringing their own booze. You can only buy from approved vendors, and not everybody who's in town is going to be an approved vendor. And I'm over here thinking, wow, there might actually be some sober folks in Savannah on St. Patty's Day. Why are you people complaining? Less drunks means less drunk drivers. Go ahead and fight you before we get in the rock tunnel. No sense in getting healed up and then having to go against you right afterwards. Pikachu! Let's cut him up. Mice are nice when they're diced. Aha! Clefairy. 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 Here's another one of those aid guys. Yes, one of the ever-present aids. No, I do not have 20 Pokemon. The Everstone! You can give that to your Pokemon, or use it on your Pokemon, I forget which one, and it means that it will never transform. It's great for people who have nostalgia and want to keep certain Pokemon from transforming. If I were going to use it, it would be Charmeleon. Just being honest, would be Charmeleon. However, it is really a stupid thing, because getting the highest transformation on your Pokemon is just going to make it so much more powerful than it could be otherwise. Like, I think the strongest Charmeleon in existence, with the highest EVs on all of its stats, the highest IVs on all of its stats, greatest amount of happiness, and a nature that would be beneficial to all of its stats, and not malicious to any of their stats. That Charmeleon could beat a Charizard with 0 IVs, 0 EVs, and a malicious nature to all of its stats. That's really the only way. And this is under the stipulation that they're both at level 100. But I do believe that's the only way that a Charmeleon could ever be better than a Charizard, is if you did quite the impossible thing. So, in that way, it's impossible. I want to strategize on the moves. I have one that's good for every kind of Pokemon we might encounter in here. And for instance, Metal Claw is good against rocks, Wing Attack is good against ground, Flamethrower is good against... I know we won't have these probably, but bugs. We probably will have poisons. It's good against poison too. And Cut is good against... well, really nothing. Anyway, Metal Claw. I missed! Oh, Magnitude. I might be scared if he wasn't a flying type. How did I miss again? I mean, a Geodude does just float in the air, but are you really just slashing under him and over him already? Yes, finally hit him. And you waste 2 extra power points. Good thing I've got an Ether. Boy. There's supposed to be an item over here, which is why I'm going in the wrong direction on purpose. Aha! I repel. Okay, now I'm going to get caught by a wild Pokemon. Ooh, a fighting type. Cut is actually pretty bad against those. There's nothing really that's any good against any of those. I guess I'll just use a Wing Attack. I want to save the Flamethrower for when we're in dire straits, because it's only got 15 power points. We do keep getting a level up. Look at that. Love those stats. I'm gonna go all the way down here, and that's a dead end. There's supposed to be a trainer right here. That reminds me of G Gundam. Pokemon fight! Ready, go! In that case, it would be Rise Dragonzord! That's what Cut is good for. Water Pokemon. And it didn't even finish off. That's annoying. Although high-level slow pokes and slow grows are good defense. As I said before, they're a beast when you get them high up. I get the feeling I'm going to get lost in here before I find all the items and all the trainers. And this is why so many people use the flash technique. It's really the only time you are going to ever use it. Okay, now where am I? If I go up here, this is a wall. These are rocks down here. And if this is a wall, so there should be a ladder at the end of this path. Probably gotta go right around those rocks, and it must be just ahead. And of course, you run into Pokemon before you get to something important in any of these caves, like an exit or an item. Just happens every time. Oh, look at that. And what's on one side of me? Is this? That's one of those rocks that you could crush if you had Rock Smash. It's apparently blocking something off on that other side. Oh, here we go. I think there's essentially 2 levels to this rock tunnel. And it's pretty amazingly difficult to get through if you don't have something that allows you to see. And we're back, folks. Sorry about that. And sorry to you, Geodude. I didn't mean to waste that move, but whatever. Okay, I think after this couple of rocks. Yep, trainer battle. You draw a Pokemon for a living. That's got to be hard work. I myself am not the artistic type. Okay. Now, on the far side away from him, there's supposed to be an item. Let's hope it's an ether. A revive. Not quite as useful as an ether at this particular point. Gotta get up here to the top so I can find when it dents in. Or lets in. There's an inlet around here somewhere is what I'm trying to say, folks. Okay, it's right here. Even though they are super effective, I don't want to waste the wing attacks on these plant Pokemon. Really would like to not waste any of my attacks. Another one that's over level 20 and you haven't let it transform yet. Something wrong with these people. I know it's the AI doing it. I'm saying that the people who program the AI, they like to mess with people like me who like everything to be the way it's supposed to be. Oh, look, a Mankey! I think, if I'm not wrong, that's a rare find in this cave. Too bad we're at the no capture challenge. Because I love primates. They're my favorite among the fighting Pokemon. I don't know a lot about the cosplay. Apparently you guys are all into it. And another one that should be a Charmeleon by now. Really, dude? Really? Have a taste of your potential. Cubone. They say the Cubone wears the skull of its dead mother, which I'm presuming is a Marowak. So does that mean that every Cubone that is ever born, that means that its mother had to die? And what about when it becomes a Marowak? It seems that it still has that same skull, it's just changed along with the rest of the Pokemon. Is that their actual skull and it's just protruding? The things you think about when you have nothing to do but think. That is my random thought of the day, folks. Is the Marowak still using its mother's skull? Opposite this rock formation from this guy, there's supposed to be another trainer. And even though it's using up a lot of my PPs, I want to get all of these trainer battles. I still got a lot of PPs. Very high level for that Geodude. One thing that's always irked me with the Machop line, Machamp is the one that has 4 arms and he's the highest transformation. He's the highest form. Sorry about that. The trains are coming by. And they are not very polite. They love blowing that horn. Anyway, Geodude turns into Graveler, which has, if you pay enough attention, it has 4 arms. But then it turns right into a Golem that has only 2 arms. Not to mention the fact that Geodude and Graveler are both almost entirely living rocks. Golem, it seems, is something akin to a Machop stuck inside a meteor. I look at this thing and I say, this does not logic. I don't just have ADD, I have OCD, and it messes with me. Tell you what, if we don't stop getting higher levels, we are just going to one-shot everybody. I could almost do this with just one Pokemon if it weren't for the fact that I need Surf sometime in this game. That's really the the aggravating thing about this. You can never truly do a one Pokemon challenge with this game, because they don't have any of the water Pokemon that can use Cut. Well, certainly not any form of Squirtle that can use Cut. And any Pokemon that can use Cut cannot use Surf, as I understand it. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Wait a minute. Kabutops. Kabutops could use both Cut and Surf. Too bad you don't get it until way late in the game. I suppose if you had a Game Shark, you could cheat code your way into a Kabuto as your starter. Then you could do that kind of a run. And you would have, since this is the game where you need Waterfall in some parts, you would have a Kabuto with Cut, Surf, Waterfall, and quite possibly... what else is a good one for Kabutops? What else is a good one for Kabutops? I'm guessing Hydro Pump, but then you just have too many water moves. Can Kabutops learn ice moves? Because if it can't learn Blizzard, then we might just go with the Rock Expect and get Rock Tomb, you know, if you were the guy using TMs. And we're back yet once again. Sorry for all the interruptions tonight, folks. First time I was making myself some coffee. This time, my dogs wanted to go outside again. Hello, Layla. Yes, I'm talking to you. You're the loud one. You're the whiner. Say hi to everybody. Hello, Layla. Not little pit bull. Yes, now you want some attention, don't you? Because I said your name. You're so rotten. You're so cute and rotten. Alright, let down. Let down. Daddy got to get to work. Playing a game, of all things. I know they give the option to the AI in these games, but these trainers that go out of order according to the Pokeballs that they have, it kind of irks me, like so many other things in my life. When things go out of order, it irks me. And if it looks like I take some long pauses, folks, because I'm looking at a map of this place, so I can see all the items and get all the trainers. I know that's cheating, somebody's gonna cry about it, but hey, we don't have the flash. That was my choice, and this also is my choice. Okay, there's that guy. Yeah, it is easy to get lost in here, Mr. Hiker Oliver. The way they did the mustaches on this sprite, it's like it doesn't connect underneath his nose. That's, it's not how a real mustache grows. unless you cut it that way specifically. I don't know why anybody would want to be missing that bit of mustache underneath their nose and still have the rest of the beard. I suppose Hitler had the mustache under only his nose. So maybe they want to say, hey, I'm anti-Hitler. Down here in this corner is supposed to be another item if we can get through this myriad of Pokemon encounters. Look, a Zubat, the first time we've had a Zubat in this cave. And they're supposed to be the spammers. Ah, there you are. An escape rope. Hopefully I won't need to use it. The only reason I would need an escape rope in one of these places is if I ran out of power points. If I can help it, we are not going to do that. Okay, where did I go? I think it's, yeah, over here. Outsiders? What, do you live in this cave? You're a caveman. There's the Graveler I was talking about, folks. Look at it. 4 arms. And it turns into something else with 2 arms. And instead of another rock, it looks like something that crashed itself into a rock. The golem is just an anomaly. So the ladder is supposed to be above this guy to get to the next part of this place, yes. And from here... From here, where am I? Okay. Okay. There's a bunch of smashable rocks in this corner above this wall. But since we don't have Rock Smash, we're not going to be able to do anything with that. So we're just going to go all the way to the left, and go down, and go left again. As we get done fighting another Zubat. You're only the second Zubat I've seen in this whole cave. Maybe they downed the encounter rate of the Zubat for this version because everybody was complaining about it in the original. I don't know. That's an interesting thought. Bending twigs as trail markers. Well, it's hard to see a twig on the ground in a dark cave, I gotta tell you. Picnicker Sophia. Also, where are you getting your twigs? You pick them up on those trees before you even get into the cave? How do you know how many you need? Tell you what, if there's any stray Pidgey in this cave, they'll pick up those twigs and just use them for a nest. Didn't think of that, did you? Oh, we're trying to learn Slash finally. Now, here's the conundrum. I can use Slash and get rid of Metal Claw. Slash is a better Metal Claw. Look at that, 70 versus 50. And 100% accuracy too. Instead of raising the attack power once every couple of times, it has a high critical hit ratio. Look at that. Being slashed with claws is so common, they even put etc. in the description. That is hilarious. I might as well go ahead with Slash because I'm going to quite possibly replace it with Dragon Rage, and I think Wing Attack we're going to replace with Fire Spin. So by the end of this we will have 2 fires, 1 dragon, and 1 normal. I think I like that particular setup. So the only bad thing about Slash is that it will no longer be super effective against rock types, and it'll actually be weak against them because of the normal typing. So again, the question becomes, and I would do it to get rid of Wing Attack, except that Wing Attack has so many power points left. It's just a waste. You know what, we might not get Slash at all. And I want to look up how many power points Fire Spin has. If it's not more than 20, then I probably won't even bother getting that either when it comes up. But we'll look that up later. So, sorry. Yes, stop learning Slash. Sorry about being so long-winded about one single decision, folks. That's just something that was bothering me for a while. Thought of whether or not I should change out moves. If only it weren't for the bad typing. In all honesty, a Pokemon like Charizard should get Bite, and in a sense, it does get kind of Bite. In later generations, it gets Fire Fang, but in this generation, they didn't make that yet, so it should have Bite. Bite is a dark move, which, I mean, I get that. Something bites you, you expect a Zubat, which is akin to a Vampire Bat, to do that. Vampires are dark. But really, other than that, Bite is it's supposed to be a physical attack. Apparently, they didn't make it a physical attack once it became a dark attack until the very next generation after this one. Oh, this guy's a tutor. Dang it all. No, I don't want to tutor any of my Pokemon. I'm not scared of anything. It's interesting, a lot of these Pokemon have, he just mentioned that rock slides are scary, especially in a tunnel. Well, so is magnitudes and earthquakes. I mean, what would happen if 2 Rhyhorns were battling each other? One used magnitude and it got maximum 10, and another one used earthquake. They did that at the same time. Would that crack open the earth? What if it was a 4-way battle, and one of them used Fissure, and another one used Rock Slide, and they were on a mountain? Oh my goodness, we might have just destroyed the Earth with 4 Pokemon. That's a frightening thought. These are animals with magical superpowers. And it's not hard to imagine, seeing as Charizard is said to be able to melt stone. Blastoise is said to be able to punch through steel with its water cannons. And the power of the solar beam, according to... oh, look at Max Ether. Anyway, it's supposed to be as hot or hotter than the sun. Some of these Pokemon, such strange Pokedexes. I certainly hope the Pokemon Earth is much more durable than ours. Oh, come on, I didn't even take a step. That's an annoying thing about this generation. And probably the last one. But everything after the first generation, apparently turning counts as a step. And down to the player's left and our south. Once we got past this guy, there would be, again, more rocks to smash. I don't have Rock Smash. So we're just going to go up, and that should be the last set of ladder or staircase. I don't know how these people get ladders in this cave. But thankfully it's only got 2 floors. So that should be the last set of stairs, ladder, what have you, before the exit. And we're going to have to figure out again where we are once I get there. I never understood the concept of transforming Pokemon by trading them. Because unless you want to trade them back, you do not get back the very Pokemon you were trying to transform. And once a Pokemon changes ownership, doesn't it become difficult to control? You want my Pokedex? Well, you're just gonna have to beat me, and that's impossible. Unless you have 2 level 30 Blastoises in your pouch, you are not about to beat me. And even that, I think, would be difficult. I just thunk of something else. If 2 Golem were fighting, and one used Explosion and the other used Self-Destruct, would that cause a crack in the earth? I tell you, when you overthink things just on the daily, thinking about Pokemon is a scary concept. This guy has 3 Pokemon with the same thing. What's the deal with these guys? I get that you're a Pokemaniac. Are you a Pokemaniac only for Slowpoke? You don't really look like a Slowpoke. You kind of look like a very deformed Charmander. Or a Charizard that never got his wings. You didn't do enough good deeds. That's an angel reference. One of those false angel references. Okay, where are we? This is the last leg. So there should be a trainer right down here. Yes. Yes, because angels, if they really are angels, they always have wings. They might not reveal them, but they always have them. Certain angels have certain amounts of wings, and I forget the differences in the number. The name always goes with the number as to how many wings they have. Cherubim and Seraphim are 2 kinds of angels. One has 4 wings, one has 6. Can't remember which is which. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. The cherub, I think, has 4 wings. Because Lucifer, who became Satan, he's supposed to be a fallen cherub. And that means that Seraphim would have 6 wings. I wonder if angels are supposed to look like people. Do they manifest these wings all on their back, or are there some on their feet, some on their head? Again, I overthink. And if you prefer not to hear me overthinking, you can go over to the short video. Some of these people just plain are not good Pokemon trainers. They only have half of the amount of Pokemon that they could have, or they don't let the Pokemon that are leveled up enough to do so morph into their final or mid forms. I guess that's the essence of this game, is that you are supposed to be the one and only Pokemon Master by the end of the game. And they really want to pound it in your head that you are going to be the first one to have ever done this sort of thing. Ariana. Quite the unique name for a game sprite. Okay, and we're going to go up here because there's an item right... Oh, I missed it. Missed it because I was looking at the map. Got to remember that the normal are less effective against fighting Pokemon. Sorry, Mankey, would love to have you on the team, but I don't get to pick. Oh, a pearl! Let me look at this, because I don't remember. Can pearls do anything other than be sold for a high price? Like the Stardust. It can be sold cheaply. How do I use a pearl? This isn't the time to use that. What do you use it on? I'm going to look that up when we get through with here. One thing that goes into a lot of when you're trying to do your Pokemon game right is research. You go into a lot of research. After this girl, we will be at the exit. Finally. I have no way to keep track of exactly how long we've been doing this, because I got interrupted twice. Although once was myself, wanting coffee. Oh, coffee. We wound up not having to use either of the ethers, even though we got a max ether while we were in here. I think now that we are such a high level, we will never actually need an ether. And since after we get done with Lavender Town, we will be in Celadon and get ourselves the Eevee. And I'm still letting the poll ride until the next episode of this thing. As to which one you guys want me to morph my Eevee into, which stone we need to buy. Tell me which one is the best, will you? We're going to have a second Pokemon, so we won't need any Ethers because we will essentially have twice as much firepower. Ah, here we go. There's the sunlight. Hiker Clark. Funnily enough, he looks a lot like the Hiker Clark action figure. There was a Superman action figure that had a detachable Clark face and chest. You could hide his cape in there. One of those nostalgic things. Hiker Clark. It's too bad he doesn't turn into Superman when you beat him. That would be awesome. Look at that, he's even got the same outfit. Blue shirt, khaki pants, and a backpack. The only thing he's got extra is that hat. Another one, she turned and missed me. Second time that's actually happened. I'm trying to walk past somebody to get them to fight me, and they turn the other way. It's one thing I do not appreciate them including in this game is that the sprites move on their own, certain ones of them, and so if you're not careful you can miss them. Or if you're trying to avoid them, if you're not careful, you'll run into them. I wonder if anybody's ever done that kind of a run. Minimum trainer encounter. I'm certain you would never achieve level 100. Go ahead and get this guy. In fact, I'm pretty certain you wouldn't even win the game doing that. Unless you are willing to lose multiple times, grinding and grinding and grinding, and we're out of Metal Claw! Oh no! Wasted him. Good thing we've got Flamethrower. We had Metal Claw. It's too bad that the Charizard family does not naturally learn Iron Tail, because that would be quite appropriate for a Charizard named Dragonzord. It could only be more appropriate if there was a move called Drill Tail. Somebody out there, please make a Pokemon Power Rangers hack. They had one for Dragon Ball Z. Haven't played it. And as I understand it, they've included GT and Dragon Ball Super. Not excited about either one of those series, because they just break the rules of Dragon Ball Z, which itself established rules that were not present in Dragon Ball. For instance, in Dragon Ball, Goku transports a band of bad guys up to the moon, and so it's apparent that everyone can breathe in space. But then in Dragon Ball Z, Frieza establishes that he can breathe in space, but Saiyans cannot. And it's also apparent from the many times that they have to hold their breath and keep coming up for air that Saiyans can't breathe everywhere. Certainly cannot survive without breathing. And of course, in Dragon Ball GT, they just it was a complete shellacking of the entire plot of Dragon Ball Z. Everything was delogicked. And in Dragon Ball Super, they're doing this thing with the Kais apparently being tied to Lords of Destruction, whereas they really couldn't have been in Dragon Ball Z because why am I doing this? Because there were 4 Supreme Kais and a Grand Supreme Kai. And 3 of those Supreme Kais, along with the Grand Supreme Kai, they all died, leaving only 1 Supreme Kai. So, is it only the Grand Supreme Kai whose life force is tied to the Lord of Destruction of that realm? And if that's the case, which Grand Supreme Kai? Because shouldn't he have died when the other one died? Although I suppose technically since he was absorbed by Boo, he never really died. And therefore even if the current Supreme Kai died, it wouldn't affect Beerus. That's a thinker. And then Elder Supreme Kai, is he established as the Grand Supreme Kai now? Or do they share that role? Or is there no Grand Supreme Kai, they're just 2 Supreme Kais? What have we got in here? What's this guy got? Super Repel. I'm going to wait until we actually get to Celadon and see if they have anything like a Max Repel. I don't know if Super's the biggest you can get, so I'm going to look for a Max one. No, I said B, not A, B. Let's sell some stuff. I want to sell this regular Repel because I'm not going to use regular ones. And the X Defend. And I'm not going to need an Awakening once we get the Poke Flute. No, I want to keep the Paralyzed Heal. I want to keep all that stuff. Got some TMs, I think. Yes. Okay, wait. I forgot to see if we had anything else on this side. Yes, we have a Great Ball. Alright. Sorry about that, folks. So, the guys that get the short video... there's this. We might come back for this. I don't want to do it right now. Anyway, the guys that get the short video, I will probably do a rival battle just for them. Rockets. Yeah, they killed Cubone's mother. Is it at Cubone? Okay. Do they charge you to come to this Pokemon Tower? I don't remember. Okay, they don't. There's the rival. So, sorry about not remembering that there's a rival battle up here earlier. Otherwise I wouldn't have declared that we would not have any important battles. Because this is the point where you're supposed to beat the rival before you get to the time in Celadon at Silph.Co. So we should go ahead and do it anyway. I just went to the Pokemon Center. I think for you it better be Flamethrower, because you're going to spam that Sand Attack if you even get a ghost of a chance to do so. Ghost of a chance in the Pokemon Tower. Wartortle! So you finally wisened up and got a Wartortle. Wing attack. High level on that war turtle, not high enough. They did it again, going out of order. Why are you scared of a dang puppy? You're a dragon! Zord. Let's cut him down to size. It's such a sad cry. Hey, we got 4 triple digits. We're about to get it for defense, too. We might get the special defense to get into the triples after all. It's just going to be the last one. Execute. I know just what to do with you. Let's fry some eggs. Haha. 6 eggs actually makes a good omelet. Now somebody help me with this. I've never quite understood why Kadabra has that big tail that's left over from Abra. It wasn't that big when he was an Abra. It just grows giant. It looks like he's part B or something. And then when he becomes Alakazam, it's just gone. Why? Just completely why? It's not really anything that can specialize against you. I think I'll go with Metal Claw just for the sake of it. And it one-shot anyway. I think I gave you a one-shot with every single one of them. There aren't any Marowak left? I highly doubt that. Although, as we said for the theory, if every time a Cubone's born, the Marowak has to die in order for it to get that helmet, the skull helmet, maybe there really are no Marowaks left. If there's too many Cubones. That's a stipulation that no Marowak can ever have 2 children, unless it's a male. I wonder something else. Has there ever been a Marowak that just booted out on its kid and said, "No, sorry, I'm not going to die for you," and it didn't have the helmet? Has anybody ever seen a Cubone without its helmet? Although I guess the Pokedex actually says explicitly for you that no. It's one of those more sad entries in the Pokedex, which means that apparently no Mother Cubone has ever lived. Wait a minute. The Rockets had to kill that Marowak. It didn't already die by itself, which means the Cubone didn't have its helmet until it saw the Rockets kill its mother. So that just blows that out of the water, but in that case, shouldn't none of the Cubones have helmets? Unless the Rockets have just killed all the Marowaks? This tale grows sadder on down the line. Well, we're going to leave it right here, folks, because we just have taken too much time. So, we're going to go ahead. Next video will probably be after the St. Paddy's Day weekend is over. I'll let you guys get sober again before I come back. Good night, and God bless.